right. So sorry about that. I was talking about Doug, my dog, my dog. Um. So let's talk about this. So this is probably what I'll do every week: wrestling news, the big news that come out. So, like I said in my video, new look, same problems, and these two are the problem. More so, the one to the left. The one to the right is a problem too, because he's the yes man. So anyway, so rumors are coming out right now. Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard is going to produce NXT now, pretty much do the matches and whatnot. Well, finally, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. When it came to NXT, it's a development system, not an indie promotion. It became ROH for some reason, and it just took over the world by storm because wrestling at a time was pretty boring. When NXT came around 2018 or 19, it's just wrestling was boring. There was no Dynamite. There was no any other good product other than New Japan, and that was hard to watch. People, it was hard to watch New Japan, and New Japan they kind of screwed the pooch on that too because they made it very difficult for them to watch. People were starving for some wrestling content, and New Japan was hard to watch, and just NXT was easier to access and do 1 hour shows, and that was what we got. The biggest problem though with NXT currently is just everybody who goes NXT goes to the main roster, and the way they are presented in NXT, they're presented worse on the main roster, and it was like a disconnect. It's like, okay, so if I'll give you a prime example. If Alistair Black is coming with his music, his coughing, then why the fuck is that now on Raw? Oh, we don't do that on Raw. I'm like, what the fuck? What he was been doing at NXT? Prep him so he can have the same character and the same look, the same music, and the same interest. So when he goes to WWE or Raw, the big leagues, it transitioned better. And people will sometimes look for those grand entrances, but they don't get it because either the man on the left, God damn it, I don't like it. Then you have the man on the right, I love you, decides not to do it, and then we're stuck in this hole where it's like, what the fuck? Um, they're trying to go back to the OVW days, but here's the thing, and I keep saying this before. You're trying to go back to the days of the Brock Lesnar's, the Batistas, the Randy Ortons, and the Cenas, the four. They call them the four. The four knights from OVW, the four who led the country, but they led the company to where we are today. Randy Orton's still one of the top. John Cena is one of the top uh, wrestlers in sports entertainment today. I mean, he is up there with Hogan and rocking them now. Batista's up there too. Uh, the problem, and I'll say this again, and Brock Lesnar. The problem is not, and even when they even afterwards they still could have developed no stars. The only one that got developed on a main event level from OVW was CM Punk. Everybody else is no longer there. There's no other top stars. The problem was they kept getting guys that were big. They kept getting guys that looked the part, but they didn't act the part. And you notice OVW factory start getting bad once Jim Cornette left. Jim Cornette was the guy who got Cena, Batista, Brock, and Orton. He got those four, and he made them work. Now, Batista will come out and say, I didn't learn nothing from them, but let's be real, Batista learned something. Because he learned something from OVW. Because, let's be honest, it transitioned well when he became a wrestler. But out of the four, Brock, Cena, and Orton were the top three from OVW. Batista was just lucky. But, I mean, still, I'm not taking away from the man. The man's good at what he did. He was a good powerhouse. But those are the four. But guess who had these for? Jim Cornette. That's who you need to get. That's who need to be running NXT. Him and Triple H need to be working together to run NXT, not out of touch old man and not a man who's just gonna kiss his ass. These two guys are not good because that's the same issue they had years ago. Because when Jim Cornette left, OVW just wasn't the same. The star producing quality they were gone. Everything was gone. They lost a luster. It was no longer the star system it was before. So I mean I don't know. They need to get Jim Cornette. That's who they need to get. Or they need to ask him, hey, how you did OVW back then when you got Batista and all these guys. I was like, well, shit, well, here you go. Because the only big stars other than Cena, Orton, Batista, and Brock that came from that system in the last how many years were Punk, Daniel Bryan, and AJ Styles. But these three guys didn't come from OVW. They came from the Indies. There's no one else that done touched them. Well, what about Roman Reigns? Okay, that's one. Well, what about some Indies? Dean Ambrose Indies. Only one's been Roman Reigns. And the way he got over is because he turned heel. And that was yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but last year. It felt like yesterday, but it's been a year. But it took them how long to get that right? Wasn't Vince's idea. Wasn't Brother Love's idea. It was Roman's idea because Roman said, this ain't working. And it worked. And Becky Lynch said, well, I like what Roman's doing. I want to be what he's doing. It's going to be Austin all over again with that one. And Vince should have told her, nah, we're too thin with babyface right now. Until we get some more top babyfaces, then yeah, we'll turn you heel. Until now. Hell, if you want my opinion, Bianca could be a good heel too. It's worked. But anyway, I'm going off topic. But I think this is a bad idea. I think this is even worse. This company don't learn. This company is just stupid. But if you really want those OVW guys, you might need to get Jim Cornette. Ask him what he did. Ask him how he did it. And just say, this is what I did. And this is how they learned. And these guys, when he was running the company, it was good. Question asked. So, but as always, Alexa Ground. Peace. Have a Johnson. And see you guys in the next video.